Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. For this one, I wanted to cover some of the more underplayed decks that seem to be doing extremely well in the meta, but just don't have enough players to represent them. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. That way you have a good understanding of what's strong, whether you want to play the best decks themselves, or if you want to know how to counter them. Let's see what these strong decks are, shall we? Welcome to Meta Report. And we'll be starting off with a little bit of a fan favorite recently, and that is Jinx Kennen Discard. Coming in with a win rate of 56.99%, but a play rate of 0.82%, it seems very solid. Its best matchups are Gnar Nora Elder, Shurima Rise, Lissandra Voli Warmothers, and LeBlanc Scion Elder. Its worst matchups are Garen Galio Elder, Teemo Nico, Gnar Nico, and Morg Janna. For those of you who have been asking about Jinx and Discard, you should be very happy to see it here. And we'll be starting off with Bird the Bellringer 1/2/1. When I'm summon plant a Chime on top, the Chime will give something in hand +1/+1. Super good effect, we like the stats. And next we have Kennen. Kennen is a 1 mana 2/1 with quick attack. When I'm summoned, create Mark of the Storm in hand. Mark of the Storm is all we're going to be using Kennen for, other than just being an aggressive 1-drop. Mark of the Storm is actually a really good discard target for us. In case we don't have good targets in hand, we can use Mark of the Storm instead. We're never really leveling Kennen or caring about this. Next we have a couple Pie Toss, that way we can whittle some enemy boards early, and maybe save Perilous Pastry for face damage. Next we have Yordle Squire to also give us mayhaps another discard target, or we can give Tiny Spear to the Flame Chompers in order to have a challenger with 1 attack, which is really nice, or we can keep the Tiny Shield for protection later. Next we have Zonai Urchin as a nice aggressive 1-drop, 1/2/1, discard a card to draw 1. Really nice that she cycles. Boom Baboon, 2 mana 2/1. When I'm summoned, create a Flame Chompers. Flame Chompers is also a fantastic discard target. Next we have 2 Electro Harpoon, which can be used as a little bit of mid-game pressure, maybe some removal on something very important, or as a finisher card. Next we have Flame Chompers 2/0/2 Challenger. When I'm discard summon me, very good target. And next we have Mystic Shot. Much like Harpoon, this can be removal or face damage. Next we have 1 Rummage, that way we can turbo discard our hand and try to level Jinx at burst speed. Next we have Squeaker, which is a discard activator. Play, discard 1/2 manifest a Mecha Yordle. Mecha Yordles are very strong units as well. And next we have Sump Dredger 3/4/3 discard to draw 1, basically a souped up version of our Zonai Urchin. And next we have Arena Promoter 4/4/3 tough, play, discard 1 to manifest a Mecha Yordle and reduce its cost by 1, so another Mecha Yordle generator. Again, they're very strong. We're going to be playing around them in the mid game. This one also gives us a discount, making our Mecha Yordle a little bit more efficient. Next we have 1 Augmented Clockling to come in here as a 4/2/2 with Elusive, can get some face damage while also fetching a resource that we might need. Next we have Blowback, which is a finisher card. Discard up to 2 things to deal 3 damage to face and also 3 damage to an enemy unit at the same time. If you stack multiple Blowbacks, you're just dealing a ton of damage, especially in conjunction with the Jinx Rocket. Speaking of which, here is Jinx 4/4/3 with quick attack. Level up, I see your hand empty. When she levels up, and also once per round, if you empty your hand, you will get Super Mega Death Rocket, which is a really strong pressure tool and also finisher card all in one. Round start, she also draws you an extra card. That way you are rewarded for dumping your hand by getting more resources to play. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how it plays out. I'll be giving context while I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Evelynn Kai'Sa. So sad in the post-nerf state. Kai'Sa's so bad. I've tried to make this deck work. It's so sad. We have Bird on 1, Urchin also on 1 if we want to go that route, Harpoon. Wait, our hand's just actually perfect. I think what we want to do is Bird on turn 1 and try to hit Chomper or Urchin with it and then get them both down on turn 2. While also having Electro Harpoon in the hand, that way we can shoot some husks, you know? Maybe prevent the Evelynn level. So let's go ahead and do that. Bird on 1. And then hope the Chime hits one of our 2 units that we want to play on turn 2. If it hits Promoter, so be it. We can play Promoter on 4 and be pretty happy with a 5/4 tough as well. Chime us up. Nice, it hit the Flame Chomper. Pretty happy about that. Saltor. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and do Urchin. Hit the Chomper. Draw a card. Mystic. Alright, we have a little bit of damage in our hand. Just a little bit. So we could do a couple things. I think I want to go primarily just for face damage. There's some world where we do Chomper and grab the Husk, you know, and stuff like that. But here... Ooh, wait a minute. Wait, that changes things. I can get another Chomper down. What if we do Electro Harpoon on the Salter, and then kill it off with the Chomper, and then have another Chomper. Okay, I like that. Let's do this. Pop, pop. This will leave the Assault Turret with 1. If they want to play something like Dami Mami or Vora, so be it. I will just grab it with the Chomper. And then we're going to finish off the Assault Turret with our 1-3. Void Seeker. Alright, deal 1 at slow speed. Sounds good. I guess there's no real reason to attack with the Flame Chomper other than to flex. We don't need to do that, so let's just go ahead and swing. Pop, pop. I think it'd be a really good idea to Mystic Shot this Husk. So, this is just like a general rule of thumb if you are fighting Evelynn. If they develop a Husk on 3 or they just have a Husk on 3, shoot it. Just shoot it. Makes it harder for them to curve perfectly into Evelynn. Because Evelynn levels on play if there's a Husk on the board that dies. Our hand's a little empty though. Hello, Evelynn. Exactly. They had her. We could do the Arena Promoter, maybe get rid of the Sump Dredger. That way we have Rummage to refill. But like, I'm not gonna have enough cards. Rummage is not gonna be useful for like 2 turns. Ooh, this is tricky. Which one should I pick? Probably the Sump Dredger. And then let's pick the Dunehopper Mech. It's a really nice attacking unit, especially right on attack turn 5. I'm going to grab Evelynn with a Chomper, and then we're just going to send a bunch of damage. When I do play the mech, they are going to level the Evelynn though, so we do have to attack into that. Lose one of the Chompers, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, I'm glad I kept the Rummage. I think that makes more sense because next turn when I want to Rummage, I'll have 2 cards in hand so I can draw 2. So if this was like another Flame Chomper and then like another good discard target, then Rummage would have been fantastic. Alright, let's get the Evelynn level going. Let's see. Now, how much damage are we pushing? That's the question. Go and attack like this. And then we do this and this. We're getting 2 attacking Sand Soldiers, so let's also deal 1 to the Evelynn. Grab here. And it looks like we are pushing lethal. Look at how aggressive this deck is. Discard aggro can pull off some really dastardly plays. This is a turn 5 lethal threat, and it's unblockable too because we grabbed. So they have to be on Quicksand or Hate Spike, yeah, and then they live with 1. So we should just close it up with Mystic Shot. Only issue is going to be Rad Negation for that, right? Otherwise, there's nothing that can really stop Mystic. Like, look how much disgusting damage we can push. I think that's like the scariest thing about Jinx Discard is just how explosive it is as a deck. Ah, they had both champions too. Is she leveling? She is leveled. Wow. Let's go, Kaisa.
Their every move just makes me stronger.
And okay. Hold up, gotta wait for all the animations. Here we go. Yep. Okay. And there we go. Sheesh, man. Making me watch a movie with all these animations. And the next deck I have for you is Freljord Elusives. Coming in with a win rate of 55.09% and a play rate of 0.82%, it is super strong. Its best matchups are Teemo Kate, Shurima Rise, Voli Elder, and also Jinx Discard. Its worst matchups are variations of Demacia Elder Dragon and also Teemo Nico. So I'm calling this deck Kinku Elusives because there was a deck way back in the day that had this region combo and it had like buffs for Zed and stuff, and it's just like super reminiscent, so I'm just calling it that. It's not really Kinku Elusives, but like, hey, if you're an OG player, you know the reference. So we're going to be starting off with Navori Blade Scout as a 1/2/1 with Elusive, getting nice and aggressive. Playing Blade Scout is not super good right on turn 1. What you want to do is save him for when Green Glade Duo is already on the board, then you can push a lot of burst damage very cheaply. Next we have Triple Omen Hawk, the better 1-drop to play right on turn 1. 1/1/1 when I'm summoning, grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. Also, I can block units with Elusive, so really good for the Elusive Mirror match. Next we have a couple Wuju style for aggressive utility, but also some HP gain, that way we can deal with removal, maybe trying to keep our Elusives alive or keep our Zed alive. Next we have Green Glade Duo, which is one of our big damage pushers. 2/2/1 Elusive when you summon another ally, give me 1/0. So we're going to be setting her up early, trying to protect her, and then doing really big swings by spamming a bunch of units on the board that she sees. And next we have Navori Conspirator, another Elusive here, 2/2/2, to play me, recall an ally. Best targets would be the 1-drops, right? Play Blade Scout, attack on turn 1, then we can put him back on the hand and then have him for later, or double dipping on Omen Hawk effect. Really, really good. Next we have Triple Sky Splitter, of course, no surprise, we care a lot about the HP gain and about the protection that Freljord can offer us, but also the +1 attack is pretty cute too. Next we have Tusk Speaker to keep the aggression going, 2/3/2 with Overwhelm, also deal 1 damage to both Nexuses. And next we have Yadulski, 2/2/3, grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1, same as Omen Hawk, we care about the stats, we want our Elusives to get hit, that way they're a little bit harder to deal with, while also hitting a little bit harder. And next we have Shadow Assassin, 3/2/1 with Elusive, when I summon draw 1, really nice. Zed is going to be in here as just a pressure tool. We're not super concerned with like leveling him or like attacking a lot with him, we just want to get him down whenever we can and develop, and then try to get some extra damage in. And next we have Gnar, kind of the same thing, we're not super developing Gnar, we do care a little bit about the Pokestick, we do care about his level and giving us Overwhelm, which is just super nice. If we can get Zed and Gnar down and then like protect them with Sky Splitters, that will be the game plan sometimes, but for the most part, we care more about our Elusives than our champions actually, they're just in here to provide a little bit more damage. Next we have Double Will of Ionia to slow down the opponent's strategies. Glacial Saurian coming in as a little bit of an overwhelm win con as well, 5/5/4. We have lots of units that have different subtypes, so we're also going to get the draw, which is super cool. And next we have Windsinger, another elusive unit. Really, really strong if it gets hit by any of our +1/+1 boosts, and it's a 3/3 that also recalls. Super good to use against enemy champions that take a little bit of time to develop. And finally, we have a couple Battle Fury to close out the game in a very cheesy way, putting this on our Elusives and just being kinda cringe. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game. And for the example game, we are fighting Rise. I think Rise is one of the decks we were good against, however that was the Shurima variation. I think Shadow Owls might have a better time into us because their single target removal is very good. So let's go ahead and, I mean, hey, this hand could be keepable, but I'm going to pitch the Saurian. Do we even need Sky Splitter versus Shadow Owls Rise? I don't think so. I think Sky Splitter would be a keep in most matchups, but for some reason I'm just not vibing with it versus Rise SI, like at all. Like, yeah, it can stop the 3 mana kill my dude with 3 attack or less, but like, do I really care about that? Not really. I kind of want to do Yadulski into Zed. It's kind of cool. It's either that or set up Duo and then do Yadulski or Zed. No, let's get the Yadulski. I think, like, when in doubt, play Yadulski on 2, right? That just has to be correct. See that? The Soul Harvest. Ah, that's what I was talking about. That can kill my Zed. However, we're baiting it anyway, so, like, what's the point of Sky Splitter being in hand? We're always getting the Soul Harvest on Yadulski, so, like, what's the point? Let's just play the Zed now. He's much safer. Quietus doesn't hit. They'd have to be on 2nd Soul Harvest, and there's just no way. Okay, there is definitely a way. Well, I would not have had the mana to play the Sky Splitter anyway, so my case still stands. However, that is now 2 Soul Harvest gone. So that's neat. Now we can play a little bit more. We can get the Gnar down. Gnar is guaranteed safe because surely they won't have 3 Soul Harvests, right? We could do Gnar into Duo Assassin. I like that curve. Alright, so I mean, he's guaranteed safe. There's no way they have 3rd Soul Harvest. This is me trying to manifest it into existence because it would be good content. Do you have it? Come on. Let me pop off. I need to do an over-exaggerated response to the fact that you have 3 Soul Harvests in your opening hand. Come on. Come on for the tuber. No? I don't think they're going to give me a tuber. I think they might just play, yeah, there we go. A shard. Oh, hey, you still have the mana. You still have the mana to be on 3rd Soul Harvest. Okay. Oh my god, they're on double delve though. I just realized. 2 delves already? Yeah, lucky gamers, aren't they? Very lucky gamers. Let's go ahead and play Green Glade Duo, and then either Zed or Shadow Assassin. Probably Zed. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Zed here. Watch me get like eradicated or something. Like they could honestly just be on anything. And if I play Zed and they eradicate me, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, no, it's just third delve, guys. It's just third delve. You know, sometimes you play Rise and open double soul harvest and triple delve. Sometimes it is like that. Which is a little ridiculous because now they could be on like purple and get the stun rune. Green, shoot my Green Glade Duo, which is even more annoying. And I can't play Zed now because they play another. Man, this is not chill at all. This is so not chill. Yikes. Okay, well, I'm gonna get the attack in. So I guess that's cool. I mean, maybe. Maybe I shouldn't speak too early. Time trick. Okay. Man, this is kind of annoying. Chance of seeing another delve here is actually really low because they haven't put any more into their deck. So there's no way. Red to draw. Shoot my Yadulski. Yo, they may have found the counter strat, to be honest. I'm actually getting beat kind of bad here. Like, low-key, they're in a crazy position. The likes of which I've never seen before. But we are going to get Gnar level. He's not going to vulnerable anything. I just need to, like, set up on defense and then open attack, probably. That has to be right. Okay, there's a Quietus. All good. Double Soul Harvest, a Quietus, and triple Delve. If we still win, then I think Rise is just the worst character in the game. I'm gonna try to clutch it though. I'm gonna clutch it for the tuber. Always trust. Okay. That, you know, I want to open though. I don't want to play this. I don't want to play Blade Scout. Formula, alright. Probably looking for Rise. But they cannot play their Rise now because they tapped to 3. And then pass. Wow. That's interesting. I'm down to play Shadow Assassin. Green Glade Duo is very good. We can replay her because if something's going to get greened, it's going to be the Assassin. So Duo gets to live. They're actually on 4 delves without ever playing Rise. I don't know what the statistics are for this, but this is a little out of control. Just like an eensy bit out of control, guys. I don't know how to explain this to you any other way. Other than this is just absolutely ridiculous right now. Pass, yes. I need to play this Blade Scout here. Now, Blade Scout will be shot if they're somehow magically on a 5th delve, which would not make any sense because they only put 6 into their entire deck. The fact that they're on 4 is like already just I'm mind blown right now. I really am. I would like to play, dude. What am I gonna get ruinationed? Dude, there's no way. That's not lethal. I have to play the game. Oh, please don't have ruination or something. Like, I don't care about eradication anymore. Just don't ruination me, please. Please don't do it. Be a homie. Be a friend. No. No. I'm gonna cry. Okay, that's fine. Piercing's fine. Yeah, you heal back to full. What's the point of Shadow Shift? Wouldn't I just replay Zed? Yeah. No, I'd rather just replay the Zed than Shadow Shift. Never get dizzy on Shadow Shift. This card's terrible even when it's your only option. It's just the worst card in the game. Just don't play that. And then this is going to be an Autopus to block. We are going to pokey that. Do I even care? He's just going to block Zed. Well, yeah, I mean, my Pokestick still gives me 3 damage. Unless they're not trying to grab Autopus. What do I know? Okay, they are. Okay. The Pokestick does buy me 3 damage, so I think I should use it. Hey, don't prank me, bro. That's a pretty low value prank, funnily enough, and it's not going to do much. Am I OTKing? Wait, I didn't even check my damage right now. I have a good amount of damage. Am I going to hit for 20? Yo, how sad? How sad are they about to be? Let me check the eyeball. I'm not doing the math off the top of my head. We're hitting for 21. Alright, you better have, no, you have Rune Prison. I was about to say. Alright, that's crazy though. Alright, so now you have to be on a rise. Wow, I haven't seen this animation forever. So they have to be on rise and also the 5th rune to kill me. Ain't no way. There simply ain't no way. You know, it probably would have been better to save Pokestick so I could like Poke Wallop Rise, by the way. Just a little thing to like think back on. But we are on double Wallop because we're OP. So if they do play Rise, I'm just going to double Wallop him and then they can't do the attack call. Right? Sure. Tusk Speaker. And then Conspirator and then replay Tusk Speaker. It's like, okay, there's Rise. You know what? I do care about Rise. I just realized. I was about to say I don't care about Rise, but I actually kind of do, so I'm going to stun him. I will actually be doing this. I will be stunning this Rise so that they don't get all these runes off. And then I will be open attacking. And probably grabbing that Rise with my Tusk Speaker. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm being a little cringe. To be fair though, they had like everything at their disposal. They had everything. This may be a deserved victory for ya boy. I did say if they lose this, Rise is the worst character in the game. Liminal Guardian? That might actually... Oh, that doesn't get them there because they don't get the 1-drop. That's kind of sad. And they're on 2 Rise. Man, I just realized they do not have the... They're not allowed to emote, okay? They don't have the privilege. They can't emote at me. What a hand. And the final deck I have for you is Misfortune Neela Pirates. Coming in with a win rate of 55.47 and a play rate of 0.72, it's also pumping numbers. Its best matchups are just War Mothers and Volibear. Like, look at this. What is this? This just good into every SI Freljord deck and also just Volley Elder. It's just kind of funny to look at. You would not expect that, but hey, it is what it is. Its worst matchups are Garen Elder, Nar Nora Elder, Jack Set, and also Karma Seraphine Set. So we're going to be starting off with Crimson Pigeon, nice aggressive 1-drop. We don't have like great suck targets, it'd only be other pigeons or Butcher, but it gets the job done. Speaking of Butcher, 1/2/2, Plunder, grant me 1/1, so having the 3/3 body, a lot better, but honestly you're pretty happy with just a 2/2. Next we have Saboteurs, 1/2/1, with the extra damage on the attack call. Really nice, especially if you open multiple Saboteurs and maybe you can get that 3/3 Butcher off. Next we have Precious Pet, another nice and aggressive 1-drop, pretty hard to block on turn 1, get that fearsome damage going. Next we have 2 Brothers Bond as finishers, especially if you do like a bunch of open attacks and then you attack with like Iden the Gakoboros, and then you have Brothers Bond in your pocket. You can do this after your opponent determines block targets and you get a lot of damage that way. Next we have a couple Demolitionists for a finisher card, really good damage. And next we have Mirai Warden to help us swarm the board early. There's tons of good 1-drops to hit, there's a few bad ones, but if you hit the bad ones, just blame Riot. Next we have Neela, which we're not super playing around, especially not in comparison to like Janna Neela. Oh god, no. All we're doing is using her as a brash attacker, so she's a bit harder to block, and sometimes we can draw a Slipstream to find more burn later on. That's all we care about. She's just a glorified unit, but honestly a pretty good one. We're not leveling Neela, ever. So don't even take that into consideration, just attack. Next we have Triple Might. This is going to be good as a finisher, especially with our big Fire Spitter that we're running. And next we have Misfortune, whom is another glorified unit. You know, sorry to say, I will make a few people mad by saying this. But yeah, this is a 3/3. When allies attack, deal 1 extra damage to the enemy nexus, and also to battling enemies. So she's a bit hard to deal with, and if you get multiple attacks off, then hey, you're getting a lot of free damage in. And next we have Noxian Fervor. This is going to be one of our finisher cards as well, or we use this in response to removal just to get it out of our hand and try to whittle down the opponent. And next we have red Barbed Razor Mace 4/4/4 with Overwhelm, Nexus Strike, so even if the piercing damage goes in, you will curse your opponent with Ichor. Ichor is really nice. It's a 3-mana spell that sits in the opponent's hand that says, while I'm in hand, round start, deal 1 to your Nexus. And this stacks, so if you hit with another Razor Mace and they don't get rid of this, it will be a 6-cost spell that deals 2 every round start, and it gets out of control from there. Just a really strong unit to get down right on 4 and start pressuring with. And to round us out, we have Enraged Fire Spitter 6/8/4 Challenger. We're not getting any boons in this deck because we're not playing Elder, but he still has the deal 2 to the enemy face and also 2 to an enemy unit of choice, which is nice, and is a great might target, so we can grab something with like 1 HP, throw a might on the sky, and just push 10 damage. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how it plays out. Well, what do you know, for this example game, we're going to be fighting Discard, which we just covered earlier. We have Pigeon on 1, we have the Fire Spitter Might combo, but I think we want to draw into those. Misfortune on 3 is pretty good, so we're happy keeping the early game, pitching in the more conditional cards. Double Pigeon. It's actually kind of nice. So we'll play Pigeon on 1. Hopefully they don't have Bird or Cannon or the 2-1 that makes the shield or the Urchin, or, you know, they have a lot of 1-drops. So this is to be expected. Dude, do I want to trade into that Urchin? Not really. I'd rather have my 2/2 on the board to threaten this Chomper. Like, I guess they can have this board state for now. There's no way it's grab my 2/2 here. Okay, I guess it's grab my 2/2. I'll take it. Works for me. Alright, Warden. Free spell mana. Okay, Shell Shocker, I see you. Very nice. I'll take free spell mana. We might be able to utilize that later. If we win because of the Shell Shocker, by the way, then this card is just MVP. I'm gonna say it now. I'd like to play Misfortune right on attack 3. That way Urchin cannot block us. Misfortune's not a great suck target, though. Because then she's going to die to Mystic. But that's alright. Maybe I just don't suck anything with the Pigeon. There's always that option. Just use it as like a 2/2 attacker. Oh, they just pitched a Mystic shot. Wait, what? Why would you pitch them? Well, huh? Hey, you got me acting a fool. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Why did they pitch a Mystic shot in an aggro matchup? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Is that a tell that they have a second Mystic in hand? That's like the only thing I can think of. So anyways, I mean, I guess we could do Pigeon Neela rather than Misfortune here, but I think Misfortune's like just so good. Like, it just has to be, right? But this is the only time I'm going to get a Slipstream in the deck, and this is also the only time I'm going to have a good suck target. Alright, let's just do it then. I think I want to get value out of this Neela before turn 5, you know? Because otherwise we're playing MF here, Razor Mace, and then just playing Neela on 5. Like, whoa! It was a tell. They did have a second Mystic. Look at that. Alright, now we play our Neela, and we suck Neela with our Pigeon. There we go. And they cannot block Neela because they are not Brash blockers, so that's good damage, that's good damage. And they can get some trades over here if they want. Okay. Seems good. And now we have the Slipstream. That way we can make more use of our hand. We can dump all this by 5 and then have Slipstream in the next couple draws, right? In the top 6. So this just makes a little bit more sense to me. Razor Mace. Because that's something I think like a lot of players don't think about, is like getting cards out of your hand that need to fulfill a role at a certain time. Because like I'm just not going to hold Neela and play her on 5, no way. I feel like getting the Slipstream made so much more sense. Anyways, let's do the MF, right? Oh, so many Chompers, yucky. But I still want to play the Misfortune. You want to do one action Chomper? Go ahead. If you want to do Urchin into Chomper or some Dredger into Chomper, also go ahead. Rummage? Sure. Sure. This is just going to allow me to play out even more. Promoter, okay. Yeah, Promoter's fine. I want to do a Saboteur here. Okay, that's just infinite Chompers. That is the most Chompers I've ever seen in my life. So it's very likely they're going to block Promoter to Misfortune. So we're going to suck Misfortune anyways. And then full send. I guess they could also Promoter the Neela, and I could suck Neela as well. But that's just like their choice. I don't know which one they're going to go for. They're going for Razor Mace. You're blocking Razor Mace over my champions? I mean, that just shows how broken this guy is, right? Like, hello? I got 2 champions on the board. Razor Mace? Nah, can't be having all that. Okay. You know, I didn't see that coming, but alright. I'll take it. I definitely thought it was to Misfortune because this would live, the Misfortune block. So that was definitely correct of me to do. I find that a bit weird. There's no way they play Jinx and dump their hand and also rocket me, right? Nah. I don't really have to play the Sabo either. I could top that guy in the Gakaboros or something. Slip a stream. I'm down to play that too. Like, we just have so much mana. We have so much mana. Stop. Yeah. You better use that. Nila. Pigeon. 3 pigeons? That's just a bit ridiculous. Deal 2 damage to a unit. Alright. Oh, looks like we're dealing 2 damage to that. Whip. Now, are you going to... Okay, that answered my question. I was about to say, now are you going to attack? And then they did immediately. Very promptly, they did. Yeah. How about a full block, though? I actually think our full block is correct because we can open attack. They've pitched all their removal. I saw them just get rid of a Electro Harpoon recently. I need to make sure I have a demo target. And we just went on open.
No one's the wiser.
Yeah, there we go. Just set up the board and attack. Sounds good to me. And that's it for this week's decks. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. So yeah, to wrap things up, these decks are all super solid and also extremely fresh compared to all of the other Elder decks running around. So if you want to try something new, then give these decks a shot. Funnily enough, they're all beginner friendly due to how budget they are, so if you're a newer player, hey, even more reason to try them. This has been Meta Report. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters!